Obscure reviewer. Rawr. G'day folks. So one of my favourite movies of all time is the 1982 John Carpenter masterpiece, The Thing. Is there a better horror, sci-fi, suspense thriller than this movie? I don't think so. So I plan on doing many videos on this movie in the future. Analysis, deep diving, just into the mythos and the world that is this movie. But for now, I just wanted to share some thoughts I've been having about what The Thing actually is. What this creature, this life form, this entity, what it actually could be, and its origins. So, all we know from watching the movie is that the old Norwegians found it buried in the ice, and that it's been sitting in ice for 100,000 years, based on the how deep it was. Well, that's according to Norris. I mean, he could have been a thing at the time and been lying. But then again, I think he probably wasn't a thing at the time, because Macready and Dr. Copper were there, and he could have easily assimilated them both. I mean, they were isolated. But then I know he would have been able to fly the chopper if he assimilated Macready. So, yeah, I don't think Norris was a thing at the time. But that aside, I don't want to lose track here, because this is a kind of movie I could just ramble on about for hours, and I don't want to waste your time, folks. So, the topic of today is, what exactly is The Thing? Now, from what we've seen in the movie, it arrived on Earth 100,000 years ago in a spaceship that crashed, and the thing somehow made its way outside of the spaceship and got frozen in the snow. That's all we know. Just based on the movie, that's all we get to see of this creature. Now, I've had multiple theories over the years that perhaps the creature was initially, I thought maybe it was the pilot of the ship, and that its ship crashed for some reason. But that theory doesn't really hold weight to me. It doesn't make too much sense. I think the fact that in the start of the movie you see the spaceship crashing you see it on fire and then crashing towards the Earth, right? Now, do you remember another parallel to that is what happened to the Norwegian base when the thing got let loose? By the end of its rampage through there, the place was on fire, everyone was dead, right? And the place was almost burnt to the ground, right? Then it moved on to the American base, Outpost 31. What was the aftermath of the Thing's rampage through Outpost 31? Place was on fire, everyone was dead, and the place was pretty much burnt to the ground and destroyed, right? I think the shot we get of the spaceship at the start is another parallel to that. I think whoever was flying that ship picked up the thing somewhere on another planet, perhaps, or it was some kind of creature they had in storage, perhaps in captivity, and it got out. One of those two theories I'm working on currently. But either way, the creature was on their ship and it broke free somehow, started assimilating the crew. The same thing happened that happened on the two Antarctic bases on Earth. The crew went insane with paranoia and hysteria. They all turned on each other. The ship was ransacked. It was set on fire. It was destroyed, and it crashed. Just the same way the Norwegian base was destroyed and everyone turned on each other. The same way Outpost 31, everyone turned on each other and destroyed the base. I think the same thing happened on the spaceship. I think the creature got loose, started assimilating crew members. They all turned on each other, and in the process of trying to survive, they've ransacked and destroyed their ship, and it crashed on Earth. Boom! There's my theory. Now, the only part I'm unsure about, as I said before, is how the creature came to be on the ship. Whether the ship was on some kind of science expedition and picked it up while they were studying another world, or they had it in captivity, again, maybe to study it, maybe it was a bio weapon. I'm still working on these theories, which one it could be. I'm leaning towards the idea that it was picked up by them by accident. Because if it was contained, I don't see it getting out. I mean, they have interstellar travel, whoever this race is that the spaceship belongs to. They have interstellar travel. Surely they can, keep something in containment. It's like us not being able to house a lion or a tiger. Oh, it just keeps getting out. No, we know how to contain them, right? So surely if this race knew what this creature was, they would have had it fully contained and not allowed it out. So unless it was sabotage of some kind, you never know. But I'm leaning towards the idea that they were studying or surveying worlds, or for whatever reason, they accidentally picked it up on another planet, almost like a parallel to the movie Alien. Almost the same thing, but it wasn't humans that picked it up, it was them. And then they so kindly dropped it off on planet Earth. Almost destroyed our entire population. So, that's the theory I'm going with, folks. Now, the one last thing I have to address is the fact that the prequel, also called The Thing, dumbest idea ever to call a prequel or a sequel or just another movie in a series of movies the exact same title as the other one. So now every time I say The Thing, I have to say 82 instead of the stupid 2011 one, which could have been great if they had left the practical effects in that they shot. If you've never seen them, check it out. Look up practical effects for 2011 movie. They were all made and created for the film by a very talented group of makeup artists and special effects gurus. And guess what? The producers said, nah, piss all that off. We're CGIing the whole thing. Worst decision ever. Could have been a great movie. But, alas, let's put that aside. The point I'm trying to make is, in the 2011 movie, it shits all over my theory. I understand that. Because that movie alludes to the fact that the spaceship belongs to the Thing. But I don't subscribe to that theory. That whole sequence on the spaceship, as far as I'm concerned, in the 2011 movie is not canon. Okay? That's just for me. Hey, I know it's convenient, but my theory makes more sense than that whole fucking sequence in that movie. Alright, folks, I'm getting fired up here. Alright, I'm gonna calm down. So, 2011 movie, irrelevant, doesn't count. The spaceship scene at the end doesn't count. That is not the Thing's spaceship. If it was, why did it crash? There's no point. And if it was the Thing's spaceship, why didn't he just land in, somewhere where it wasn't freezing cold? I mean, the continents were basically the same 100,000 years ago. Why didn't it go land somewhere temperate, where it could have spread all over the place instead of freezing itself? It doesn't make any sense to me. So I don't subscribe to that theory. As I said, the spaceship belonged to another race. It's analogous to the movie Alien. It's basically the movie Alien, but with the roles reversed. All right? They pick up the creature by accident on a planet somewhere. It infects their ship. It starts assimilating their crew. They freak the fuck out. They panic. They destroy their place, just like the two human bases did to their own. The ship crashes on Earth accidentally, not intentionally. Crashes in Antarctica, freezes over. The humans find it. It goes nuts. Fucking Macready survives at the end. And Macready is not a thing at the end, and neither is Childs. Case closed. See yous later. Please subscribe. Adios, muchachos.